What's going on, guys? So I just got my new FlashForge delivered. I'm going to open this up and see what it looks like. I guess I better read some instructions before I start doing anything here. I got an extra spool or So what's up, guys? So I bought this 3D printer. I actually bought it off Amazon. It's FlashForge Adventurer 5M. So if you're a newbie like me, this is not out of the box ready to print. I spent the last couple weeks trying to figure this thing out, and I love it now. Prints great, but at first I was ready to send it back. So let me tell you. So I went to Thingiverse to find some files to download, and so I'm trying to figure this thing out. And Thingiverse has, let me see, it has a slicer. You have to get a slicer, download an app, a slicer app, to use this thing. And I didn't know that. I mean, I probably should have watched more videos, but I didn't. But Thingiverse has their own. Maker Cura. I wouldn't recommend that one. I mean, might work for you, but it didn't work for me. So I got the Orca Slicer. Orca Slicer works great once you figure out how to use it. So I was downloading this City Hall building. This thing took me 12 hours to print this out on the Cura Slicer. I printed all this out on the Orca Slicer in about 4 hours. So once you figure this thing out, I mean, it's super simple. I got my little memory stick thing there. I go to Thingiverse, I find the files that I want, and I download it onto that. So then I come in here and I stick it in there. And let me show you. This is the screen that you have on here. Once that you put your stick in there, all you gotta do is go to there, and then right here, and it'll show you what I'm going to do next. these two little buffers right here. HO scale. That's what I'm doing, is HO scale for trains. So I click on that, and you can level it. And I would recommend leveling it the first time. And then go ahead and hit here, and it'll start. It has to warm up. This has to get to like 200, 250, I think, somewhere between there. And this is like 50 right here. But once that heats up your plate, heats up this, and then it heats up your nozzle over there, and then it'll take right off. Also, when I am downloading these, it has a place on Orcheslosser where you can set adjust the speed and if you want support and some other stuff. I only do the speed and the support when I think I need the support now. And it has a place on there for strength, and it'll tell you other things that you can do, but that's basically all I do. So this bottom one starts heating up first before the top one does. When I started this, I didn't know none of that. I had to figure all this out on my own. I seen a video where a woman says that she bought it for her little kids, and they started printing right out of the box. I highly doubt that, but unless that, you know, they've done that before. If you're used to these things, I'm sure it is out of the box ready to print. And it also run a little bead down through there. And normally I have mine set on where it's at 50%. So it'll start out slow. And then after it makes the first few rounds or so, then it'll take off faster. Alright guys, check this out. This plate also comes off. Alright, so this plate comes off, and that makes it easier access to get these off of this plate. I did put on some support so these wouldn't break. Sometimes you gotta use a little extra force. The smaller ones are harder to get off. The bigger ones, they're pretty easy. So, have to figure out how that comes off there first before I start fooling with it. But there you go. I'd highly recommend, if you're going to get a 3D printer, I'd recommend the FlashForge, because after I figured it out, it's great.